Here are some Google Forms settings that you should know. So let's get started. So first, open the Google form where you'd want to change the settings, and then come to the settings tab that's here. And over here you can see we have a lot of settings. So under each there are many options, but now I'm going to cover the important ones which you should know. So the first few settings we're going to see are related to responses. So click on this to expand it. And the first option is important since we can decide if we want to collect the email ID of the responder. So if you click on this, these are the three options. One is to not collect. Second is to verify. This means they'll have to sign in with their Google account. You can see they've said that over here. And the third option is allow the responder to fill it in. So in this, there won't be any verification to ensure it's a correct email ID. Then the next option related to this is if you want to send a copy of the response. So only if you collect the email ID, you'll see this option. And you can decide if you want to enable it or disable it. So in this, they have three options: to keep it always on or off, or only when requested. So if you select always, then every time after submitting the form, a copy of the response will be sent. After that, a new setting that has come up is to allow editing of responses after submitting the form. So this option did not exist earlier, but if you want to enable it, you can do that from here. And now what will happen is that after submitting the form, they'll have an option to edit responses. And if they click on that, then they'll be taken back to the form and they can submit it again by changing their responses. Then the next one is to limit each user only to one response. But again, to verify this, they require a sign-in with a Google account. Now this setting restricts each email ID only to one response. So these were all the settings related to responses, and all of them are important. And now let's head over to presentation. So in this you can control how the questions are shown to the responder. So a few options on top is if you want to show a progress bar. So every time the responder fills in an answer, it will keep updating. Then another option which I like is to shuffle the question order. This is really helpful in quizzes. So if you are a teacher and you want to shuffle the order, you'll find that option over here. Then the next few settings are related to after submitting the form. So if you want to edit the confirmation message, you can do that from here. This is the default one on all the forms. But now if you click on edit, then you can type whatever you want. Let's say you want to link your website, your Instagram, whatever it is. You can just put the link over here, and after someone submits the form, they'll see this. Then there's an option to view result summary. This means that after submitting the form, one can see all the past responses and a summary of all the answers. And if you want to see the summary, which they'll see, just click on Results Summary, and here you'll see exactly what the users will see. So currently we don't have responses, so it's empty, but otherwise you'll see some graphs and charts, etc. And then coming to the last option in this section, which is to disable autosave. So by default, Google Forms auto-saves all the responses. So if I fill in half a form and then close the tab and go back, then everything I filled earlier would show up. But if you don't want to allow this, you can enable this option over here. And they've said respondents will lose their progress if the browser closes or refreshes. So this covers everything related to presentation. Now, there are a few more things you should know. So if you want to customize the theme, you can do that from here. And you can see all the options have come. We can change the font and font size for the questions, the headers, the text. Then if you want to add a header image, you can do that as well. And if you want to change the background colors and the form color, we have those options as well. I'll show it to you. As you can see, it's changing. Then one more thing you can do is link your responses to a Google Sheet. To do this, come to the Responses tab that's here and select this option, Link to Sheets. Then you can give a name to the sheet over here and click on Create. And you can see this Google Sheet has been created and this is linked with the form. So every time someone fills in the form, this sheet will automatically get populated. So if you click on Published on top, then we have these controls. If you want to stop accepting responses, you can do that from here. Just disable it. And now it's stopped. And this is the message that everyone will see. And you can edit this as well. They also have two more options to stop accepting responses. So if you click on this, then first, you can select a date and time after which no responses will be accepted. And the second option is to stop accepting responses after you've received a certain number. So if I enter 20 over here, then up to 20 responses will come and the 21st person will see this message. Then you can also control who all can respond to this form. So if you click on manage, next to responder view, it's currently anyone with the link. So as of now, anyone who has the link can submit the form, but we can change this. And these are the options. So if you want to remove the link, you can do that. And then to give permission to respond to the form, you have to add all the email IDs over here. So if I want to add this ID, I'll select it and then click on send. So this covers all the major settings, and there's one more which I haven't spoken about in detail. So if you come to the settings tab, there's an option to make this a quiz. So if you do this, then you can add points to each question. You can set up an auto grading pipeline. So every time someone fills in the form, they will automatically get their grade. They also have a lot more options if you go through this, but I've made a detailed video on how to create a Google form quiz, so you can check that out over here. That's all for today, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.